My name is Mehrdad Sarlak. I'm the executive producer and I'm also one of the actors in the film. And our movie is called Mehrdad in Farsi, or Mothers in English.
My name is Rayka Zehtabchi. I am writer, director, and co-producer of Mehrdad. It is about a mother who essentially has the choice to decide whether or not to kill or spare the life of the man who killed her son. It is actually based on the Sharia law, which is the Islamic law, and it states that a victim's family has the power to decide. I read an article in The Guardian a few years ago, and it was about this mother who stood up in front of a crowd at a public hanging, and she was expected to pull the chair out from underneath the young man's feet. Getting started on my junior thesis film, and I decided that this was a story that I wanted to tell.
This particular story made international headlines a couple years ago, and at that time I didn't have the pleasure of knowing Rayka, but as a student of what's happening in Iran, I came across this article and read it, and I started crying at the end of the article. I'm always looking for great stories to tell, and I got done reading it and I got done crying. I thought to myself, this story has to be made. And at the time, the vision that I had was I wanted to make a feature. Through kind of a series of serendipitous events, my agent contacted me and said, hey, there's this film that's being worked on you may want to take a look at. It's by a group of USC students, and it's about Iran. I came to look at it and I realized that Rayka had already written a short version of this movie that I wanted to do the feature version of. I also want to do this project. You're doing the short, I want to do the feature. Let's see if we can collaborate. Otherwise, we're going to both go off and make essentially the same story.
I started to realize that the story that I had been fed of about Iran from outside of my own family was something that was very different, was something that was far from the reality that is Iran. For this, it was an incredible story because it wasn't only set in Iran, but it was about an Iranian mother and a woman who really had the power in this moment, and she used that for good. And for me, it was a really wonderful opportunity to not only educate audiences, but to also educate myself, and to sort of try and change that idea, that Western idea of what Iran is like.